Hey, hey, so today let's talk about solving the root cause of cervicogenic headaches with this specific neck pain relief strategy. Now, as an executive mom, the chances are that your days are packed from back-to-back meetings to running your household to everything in between, really. Now, when you're juggling it all, but the headache hits, it's like your body forces you to slow down, whereas you have an endless to-do list, endless to-do list, and your body is saying, slow down and your mind is saying, no, I cannot do it. So it's quite a tricky situation to be in. And you might have tried the usual things like painkillers, hydration, blue light glasses, etc. But the headaches keep coming back. And deep down, you know something is being overlooked. Now, here is a truth that most people miss. Now, if your headache strategy does not include managing your neck tension or the muscle tension in your neck area, and rather in your neck and upper back area, you're only scratching the surface. So let's address that in today's video. Now, before I get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and brain fog or lack of focus. Now, I do this by giving you some simple exercises, easy lifestyle modification, tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, those of you who are familiar with adrenal fatigue would know there are lots and lots of symptoms, but the two main ones that I had were low energy levels and lack of focus. And when you have these two, it is very difficult to manage your everyday life, leave alone managing your aches and pains or your nerve and spinal pain. Anyway, it's not impossible. I've been there, come out on the other side, and I'm here to share my personal experience and my professional knowledge with you in the hope that your journey is not as long as mine was. Anyway, let's not take up more of your time because we are moms, we are busy people, right? So let's get into the topic for today, where we are going to look into the root cause of cervicogenic headache, and we are going to look at why managing your neck muscle tension, like muscle tension or the stress, sorry, the muscle tightnesses in your neck and upper back area can be the missing link in your cervicogenic headache management strategy, basically how you manage your cervicogenic headaches. Now, as I was saying, okay, actually, before I go any further, let me just give you a little brief about cervicogenic headaches. Now, headaches that start in the neck area are more common than we actually think. Now, these, of course, are called cervicogenic headaches because they start in your cervical spine or in your neck area. And they are very common, surprisingly, they're very common in high performing women who spend those long hours at the desk or on their devices. Now, this could be in an office setup, at home, or wherever, but the neck and the upper back muscles that become so tight and overworked, they start to exert tension or pull on the surrounding structures and they trigger this pain that can radiate into the head, or rather, they trigger this irritation of the nerves that exit on either side of your cervical spine. And that can lead to the headaches. Now, it is not that all the nerves in the cervical spine will cause this. So, just want to back up a little bit and tell you the upper to mid cervical spine. So, from your hairline here to about the mid of your neck, that is your upper to mid cervical spine, and the nerves that exit on either side, the left and the right, when they get irritated, those are the ones that supply the back and side of your head. Those are the ones that can lead to cervicogenic headaches. Now, excuse me. So if you're only treating head, like pain in your head, you will be missing the root cause. So you need to address the cervical spine because obviously it's a headache that's originating in the cervical spine. Now, usually stress, screens, and static posture. This is like a deadly combination. I would say it's a recipe for neck tension. Now, what happens when you are focused for hours, when you're looking at a screen for hours, working or managing, it is easy to forget about your posture, but your muscles don't forget, right? So day after day, when you accumulate that tension in your neck muscles start to get stiff and tight. Your shoulders your shoulders and upper back area also start to feel that tension. Eventually, it all bubbles up into the headache. Now, the mistake is treating these symptoms without resetting or re but basically without addressing your cervical spine problem. So what happens is when you're focused on, say, this is my phone here. When you're looking in your phone, if you look at me, oops, Zoom is being funny, but anyway, you can see me here. So this is a normal position for my cervical spine, but when I'm looking down, do you see what happens with my cervical spine? I'm jetting my head forwards rather than having it neutral here. So when that happens, your cervical spine is in this forward head posture. In order to balance this forward head on your body, you will have to round your shoulders. So think of a big ball that is sitting on top of your body. That's your head, right? So the head has its own weight. When that weight is forward, you have to slouch or round your shoulders in order to balance that head. And for that, you have to have rounded upper back as well. And that then cascades down your spine. And of course, it leads to a really poor posture all the way from your cervical spine to your lumbar or your lower back area. So if we address the cervical spine here, you can see how you can stop that cascading effect and you can stop that poor posture. Anyway, so what works? Now, gentle, regular movement work really well here. So you need to do some strategic posture resets. Now, what do I mean by this? So let me just tell you first about the movement. Now, what happens is when you are in that posture where you're jutting your head forward or you're looking at your phone or your screen for a long period of time, when you introduce movement, so every half an hour, put an alarm, a sticky note, tell somebody to remind you, or just, excuse me, sorry about that. So, what happens is if you do a simple movement, something like looking from side to side or turning your head from one side to the other, or just looking up and down. And the up and down, do it only if you don't have any dizziness or if it does not increase your headaches. But if you do simple, say, shoulder rolls clockwise and anti-clockwise, all these tiny little movements, when done consistently every half an hour to 1 hour, they can help to de-stress your cervical spine and your shoulder and upper back area. Now, posture resets. It might be a bit too long to explain here. So, what I've done is I have written a blog on this topic. It's called Why Managing Your Neck Tension May Be the Missing Link in Your Headache Strategy, in your Cervicogenic Headache Strategy. So, I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're on Instagram, then the link is in my bio. If you are a mom like me who's really busy and doesn't have time to go looking, message me or comment below this video and I will send it across to you. That blog has the details of the posture reset, of the movement. It also has a video on how to stop slouching and reset your posture. So, remember that, and of course, it has a lot of other helpful links to cervicogenic headaches, etc. Because I've done a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of blogging on this topic. Anyway, so you'll find all the links in that blog. So remember, your relief comes from managing your neck and the symptoms, not just the medicine cabinet. Of course, medicines have their own place, but you need to work on the root cause, that is managing the tension in your neck and upper back muscles. So, if you are chasing, if you don't want to keep chasing those temporary fixes and you want an effective, clear path to manage your cervicogenic headaches, I have a course called the Cervicogenic Headache Course, which walks you through exactly how to reduce those neck-driven headaches. And it takes you through step by step. And really, this course was made, it's been made with you in mind, right? When you're busy, brilliant, but you're tired of the pain and you're ready for relief that lasts. Uh, and of course, without adding more to your plate, that is where this course comes in. Now, it is basically strategies that I have used on my own self, those that I have used on other people, and they have benefited from it. So these are the strategies that have been vetted and tried and tested, and they don't take up a lot of your time. And of course, this course could have been more expensive, but I've kept it low cost because I want it to be accessible to people. I want to help more and more people with cervicogenic headaches because I have suffered from them. I know how they can affect the quality of your life. Anyway, so if you have any questions, any comments on today's topic, I would love to help you out. Drop your comments below this video and I will try my best to answer your questions. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.